Joining me now on the Daily Ledger Page 5 beat from Southern California, president of Wilsey Asset Management, Brent Wilsey. Brent, exit bans, we've seen them before, but there's a new paradigm here, of course, with the trade war that's going on between the United States and China. And it seems as though China might be trying to weaponize these exit bans. And let's face it, the Chinese economy is being hammered. They issue numbers that are questionable to begin with, but these questionable numbers are even going down.
Right, and I was disappointed to learn about this because this is going to hurt the negotiations because you can't keep our citizens there and think everything's going to be okay. And plus, I guess they're being harassed. It's arbitrary. Not a good thing. Not a good way to negotiate when you're trying to get things done with the trade wars.
And what does it mean for companies over there? For example, Apple. They have U.S. employees over there. Those people would be at stake here. And when you look at the greater Chinese economy and what happened with the Apple reporting this week, you really have to wonder how much Apple's pain is going to affect the economy in China.
Well, China's economy is having problems. This was one thing that came to light with the shareholder letter that came from Apple, but also too, China's having trouble with their manufacturing is declining. The consumer is not spending as much, and now their economy, their GDP, 50% comes from consumer spending. The Shanghai index last year down over 28%. The iPhone sales. I mean, China's economy is not doing that well. But this is a good thing, Graham, because what this does, it puts them in a much more difficult spot to where they have to negotiate. They have to come to the table, negotiate, because it's hurting them a lot more than it's hurting our economy here.
Right, and the U.S. markets, of course, tanked on the news of Apple, but then the very next day, that would be Friday, today, the markets are back up. And I think what's happening here is, you had this knee-jerk reaction to the Apple reporting, and then today, wait a minute, we have this jobs number that's pretty darn robust. It's basically 1980s Reagan-esque kind of jobs numbers, and with it, some wage improvement, too.
Yeah, and Graham, I can barely sit in this chair and talk about this. This is just a phenomenal report, and I cannot remember the last time I saw the numbers almost double the estimate. I mean, it was what, 178,000, I think was the estimate. They came in at 312, and not only that, but they revised up for the last 2 months by 58,000 jobs. I mean, this was just a phenomenal report, Graham. And also, too, I mean, people said, oh, well, now the employment went from 3.7 to 3.9. That's not good. No, that is very good because 419,000 more people came into the workforce.
Right.
Participation rate is up. I mean, this report, construction was 284,000 jobs created for the year, best manufacturing gains for jobs in 20 years. I mean, I can't contain my excitement on this, Graham. It's phenomenal.
That unemployment rate going up means that more people are looking for work, and if you know the environment right now, like you and I do, they're probably going to find it. But then you have the Federal Reserve here. I'm almost out of time, but is the Federal Reserve going to look at these numbers as, uh-oh, we could see inflation here, and then we're going to have to keep raising rates in 2019?
Well, I mean, the inflation is the reason why the Fed is there. But they did come out why the markets moved so much today was Powell changed his verbiage from saying, autopilot to now arbitrary. We're going to kind of look at things and be flexible. This is huge, Graham. I mean, those 4 words make a big difference, and that's why the market moves so much, because now we may not be increasing interest rates unless there's inflation, which right now, no sign of that.
And it's also music to Donald Trump's ears to hear the Fed chairman say flexibility, which is exactly what the president wanted. Brent?
I hope he doesn't say anything more. I hope he
just shut up for the next year.
The Fed, right?
Brent, thanks.
You're welcome.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.